Hello and welcome back to Horus Heresy Thousand Sons from scratch, a little channel where I kind of document my progress about my weekly goings on in the hobby and let you guys know what I've been up to, and also give myself a weekly objective to get a video done, which is always good. Adds a bit of structure into my rather hectic life, because when you've got little kids, structure kind of goes out the window, so you have to find structure where you can, can't you? So this week I have been faffing about doing little bits and bobs, like doing the fabric on this chap here, right, Kitty? And I've been piss-assing about, going backwards and forwards, highlighting and shading to get to I'm pretty chuffed with the result. It's like this teal green cloak. I've picked out all the little flamey bits in gold. That was a pain in the ass with a little pointed brush. And yeah, did the inside like a creamy grey colour. I need to work on that transition. That's a fucking hell. That goes from straight to grey to fucking white, doesn't it? That needs to be sorted out at all. Yeah, bloody hell. But rather chuffed on that cape. It's actually quite nice to paint the stuff that wasn't power armour. And speaking of which, I've been back on this guy again. Now, last week I painted him up with the brush, and it was looking kind of comic book art type thing. It was kind of cell shaded. The transitions weren't very smooth, and it was kind of bugging me. And I was thinking that I'll go through with the airbrush and I'll do the little and kind of like sort out all the transitions. But this thing, because I was basing it off a tutorial, but this thing compared to the tutorial was a lot smaller, so it was a right pain in the arse. I was getting overspray, I was getting spider webbing and all sorts of bollocks. So I decided, screw it, I'm going to just spray him from the bottom, magenta, spray him from the top, this greeny, pale green, grey, sickly colour, and just be done with it. And you know what, I'm rather happy with the result. The problem was that all the bits in between his muscles, there was no definition there, so I had to go through and wash the whole thing with Carroburg Crimson. It's like crimson, as the name would say. Wash. I thinned it down and I whacked it all on him, and that helped to define the muscles again. So once again, it looks better. It's better. Yes, and I was piss-arsing about with these as well, because I did all these by hand as well, these two ultramarines. But again, I was just whacking on with a brush, and it just kind of looked a bit chalky and a bit shitty. So I thought, well, screw it. I've got the airbrush out. I might as well airbrush back over it. So I airbrushed over all the hours of work that I'd done just to do it again. But I'm not touching it anymore at all. All done now. So the ultramarines are looking kind of dead. I need to get all this. These are from, as I said last week, the Angron model. They're the dead bodies that are falling off. And he's got all sorts of like guts coming out, and all his armor's rent and fucked up. This guy's falling, pleading for his life, as a nice little ultramarine bitch boy would do. So yeah, I stuck them on and done them all. I just need to paint the rest of the base now. And last night I was just starting the metallics on this weird keychain thing that he's got going on, which isn't in itself very intimidating, is it really, keys? But there's some sort of demon warp shenanigans going on there. I'm not too sure what colour to do the cloth. I've just blacked it in at the minute, and I'm thinking of going like a greeny, like a bluey, very light, well, like a black, but with like, it goes up to like a blue gradient, if that makes sense. Like a very cool black to sort of just like a grey black, but like a blue black. Yes, so that's kind of painting wise. That's taken me an absolute F ton of time to get these transitions done nicely. That was all done by the brush, because I was not going to risk spraying that bloody thing with an airbrush, I can tell you that. So now I was also trying, well, I've actually got a lot base undercoated, so this drop pod, which had to be passed over multiple times, You know, once with the doors closed, and these ones don't really stay closed, it just keeps falling open and spraying all the insides. Oh, there's a bloody hole in that, look. Wiggle, fall. Oh, a little one's home, I've got to pause it. Yeah, sorry about that, little one just got back, so giving her a big kiss. Yeah, so I've actually got lots of stuff spray painted black. All of the Tartarus Command Squad have sprayed black, and I've also sprayed over the old Forge World Tartarus Terminators as well. Now that was quite a bloody ball ache. I'll show you something. Okay, so these three are the last ones to be finished off. And the reason they're not finished off was not because I was a lazy ass, but because it's probably really crappy resin, or maybe the glue's the problem, I don't know, or both. This arm here, no matter what I did, would not stick to this socket. It would not stick. It just didn't want to do it. I put glue down, was holding it there for like 2 minutes, and then I'd let go and it just fall off. And then eventually I'd put a big dollop on, and then the arm went all skew whiff. Like, as in, I could bend the arm up and down, even though it was super glued. So it was stuck on, but it was like malleable. It was going up and down. And I don't know what the hell was going on with that. But I've just checked it today, just before doing the video, and it's now, like, I'm pushing down on that. Still, it's not moving. So I've given them like a mix of weapons. There's a couple of lightning claws. One's got a power sword, two got power axes, two got thunder hammers, and these two I would given chain fists, because I've been playing Horus Heresy for a little while now, and I haven't ever had a chain fist on a model. So I was like, I'm gonna have two in the squad. So there's gonna be 10 of those Tartarus Terminators, the Forge World ones. There's going to be the 5 Tartarus ones, the Command Squad / Herald, and then there's going to be this dickhead here, who's going to be most likely an esoterist, to spawn this guy in. Now, I'm going to have a game, well, it's actually not really related, but I'm going to say it anyway, because it's still related to the hobby, isn't it? I'm going back to the UK next week, driving back up, should I say, on Saturday. And check this out, where I used to live, my childhood home, was literally door to door, less than an hour away from Warhammer World, and I never ever went. And I thought, well, this time I'm going back. I'm gonna leave little one with grandma and grandpops, so she can have a nice day out with them, because they don't get to see her often with me living abroad and stuff. And then we're going to take drag the missus most likely, down to Warhammer World, and actually go and have a visit. And it's probably end up good excuse to buy some sort of official Forge World model, if they have any in stock, because apparently they're not very good at keeping stock even in Warhammer World. I'm hoping to pick up Katie's next, because Raven Guard was my first army, and it would be nice to have an official memento and model for him. And also, I do have a Moritat as well, but he looks fucking shit. It was second hand, and it doesn't have any of the cables on between its guns and stuff, so it looks a bit crap. Anyway, that's a bit tangential. And then also, I'm having a game when I get back. So I get back on the Friday, and on the Saturday I'm having a game. My wife is very graciously let me have that time off, and from little one. So I'm going to have a game with a mate who has got some sort of secret project that he's been talking about for ages. So I'm super excited to see what that is. I don't know if it's loyalist, I don't know if it's traitor, I have no bloody idea. But I'm not going to take this list because, well, first of all, not everything's done and painted, so that's no good, is it? And also because I want to get my white scars back out again. For those of you who may be interested, I'm not going to show you the state of this office because it's an absolute shithole. But by the way, these green stuff wall cases are very, very good. I thoroughly recommend them. These are my white scars. See all sorts of cool stuff in there. I know this is a Horus Heresy Thousand Sons video, but the Thousand Sons and the white scars kind of got along. So yeah, pretty cool. Got some 3D printed Tartarus Terminators here. Got 10 of them. This is the Forge World Tribune in Tartarus armor with a power glaive, which for some reason didn't have a white scar's face, which I thought was a travesty. The white guard praetor, a couple of bricks tacticals. These are in duck die squad because they got a cool special rule where if you challenge someone with weapon skill 5 or higher, you get a special mitigation roll. If you make it and the unit survives the combat, you get a victory point. And then a shit ton of jetbikes. Some of them I got like 3D printed out bodies with heads on and all sorts of stuff. And I got javelin speeders, look. All sorts of cool stuff. I hate you see that frosting that from the super glue. And a Kazagan assault speeder, but yes, and this bloody dreadnought. I was very happy with the way I did the sawtooth marks on his head and on his hand. Anyway, a time went off my phone. I have to go and get the tea out of the oven. But yes, that's been my week. That's been my ramblings. So next week, no progress will be made because I'll be out visiting family. I'll probably put a few videos up of Warhammer 1, what that was like, because that'd be pretty cool. And then when I get back, it's going to be undercoating these and then getting all the silver and red done on everything I've got undercoated. That's what I want to do. And if I can do that, then I'll be cooking. And then I can start whacking out those Terminators. Maybe do a little 1,000-point Zone Mortalis game. Who knows? Anyway, take care of yourselves, everyone, and I shall see you next time. If anyone's watched this far, you're an absolute madman. I don't know what's wrong with you, but let me know what hobby stuff you are doing. I'd be interested to know. Anyway, ciao for now.